Mother, I'm home. Mother? That's strange. Has she not come home yet? She should have arrived an hour before me.
The huge mansion is empty. Mr. Dittarsdorf has sent most of the servants to the farm in the countryside to harvest currants and raspberries. The fruits need to be harvested in time for the ball in July.
Maggie? Is Maggie not home either? Oh, look at me. I've been far too busy with rehearsals these days. I'm almost as forgetful as my mother. Maggie took leave to visit her ill mother back in her hometown. Of course she isn't home.
She murmurs, lifts her skirt, and makes her way to the sideboard.
Phil must have taken that pretty girl Mia out with him. She's his new model, so she spends little time at home these days. That leaves the dark-haired Annelie and the lively Agnes. Yes, that's right. They are the only ones here.
She opens a dresser. She opens a drawer, takes out some food, and looks out the window into the garden.
Maggie's away. The bunnies must be hungry. Komm out, Apfelstrudel. Yes, here comes your food.
The little bunny licks her fingertip. Her fur is soft and fine. It is yet to be replaced by the coarser hair of adulthood.
You've accompanied me and Mother for so long, and you've stabilized her condition. Yet still, you go hungry. Poor little things.
It's all right.
Don't worry. I'll be here for you. Although, I will be busy with performances, so it may be tricky to find the time. The last rehearsal went splendidly, you know. The singing, the dancing, the stage settings, everything was perfect. Heinrich, a friend of mine, has devised many clever tricks for the stage design. Everyone's been telling me that my debut will be fantastic. Everyone! Mother will be so glad to hear it. But she's not in the living room or the garden. Where could she be? Hmm? What's that voice?
She sets down the bunnies, letting them hop freely in the garden.
Slumber, slumber, oh my darling baby. Yeah,
That's Mother's singing voice.
She re enters the house and follows the voice to the lounge, down the corridor, up the stairs, and to her parents' bedroom door. This door, which has always been shut, is now open. She feels the wind blowing through it.
slumber, slumber, oh my darling baby.
Time to sleep! It has been forever since Evangeline last sang. Vienna has all but forgotten her voice. She sings a strange and unfamiliar lullaby, one that has been dug up from the depths of her throat. Her voice is smooth and clear, like a flowing spring or the glimmering brass needle in her hand that has been driven into Mr. Dittarsdorf's temple. It was designed to look like a dagger, and now it is serving as a real one. Isolde's mother pulls the needle from her father's skull. Blood sprays Evangeline's face and soaks the bed sheets. It drips down and pools on the floor. She is still a superb singer, even in this moment.
The
Like a child awakening from a dream, Evangeline trembles and turns her head to see her daughter, standing in the doorway.
My sister, is that you? Oh, my dear sister, I must miss you so much.
Her rosy cheeks glimmer with happiness. She looks like a young girl again. In this moment, Isolde's mother is like her daughter, and she is more like a mother.
Come and see. Your father and I, oh, and Anneli and Agnes are all ready to join you. Oh, my dear Trista, how stupid I was. Just like my mother always said, I thought about it over and over again, but I did not understand. I didn't understand it until now. You were right. You were right from the beginning. You?
Evangeline regains the visage of a mother. Even her red dress looks heavier on her. She gently moves her husband's head from her lap to the bed and adjusts his body to a comfortable lying position. She gets off the bed, steps over Agnes and Anneli's bodies, and wraps her arms tightly around Isolde.
Well done.
You have always been my smartest, most talented child. My cheerful, clever, unique little angel.
Keep in mind.
So well, there's always been nothing but Jester revolving around you. And you, the giggling queen.
The blood on Evangeline's hand has dried into a powder. It drifts into the air as she moves. The powder surrounds Isolde and clings to her skin. It immediately causes a rash where it lands, making her itch and burn. She raises her head. Wind rattles through the window into the room. She sees the wavering treetops outside and smells the sweet June flowers.
So, this is what father was afraid of. Yes, and he should have been afraid. The smell of blood is so strong here that, were it to escape through the window, it would make any passerby crinkle their nose. And then people would find out what had happened. This scandal will draw everyone's attention. Yes, even knowing that he may one day be a victim of mother's hysteria, he considered the reputation of the family above his own life.
Isolde murmurs to herself, ignoring the rashes on her skin and her mother's embrace. She feels her blood in her nose and that squeezing pain in her lower abdomen, just like that night when she was 6.
Close the window! Close the window! Close the window!
That's right.
Brava! Brava!
Trista claps, her chin high with pride.
I'm rather good at telling stories, aren't I? Did you notice the connection between the two? They even ended in the same way.
Hmm?
A follow-up? Oh dear, don't tell me you've forgotten already. Didn't that playwright tell you what happened next? Not long after, before my father's burial, my mother drowned herself in that shallow pond in our garden.
How pitiful.
Yes, you're right. She went insane and considered death the only means to break free. She'd had enough. She'd had enough of this world. It brought her only anguish. To prevent her from hurting herself, Theophil requested the housemaid guard her door every night.
Trista hops off the table and steps forward.
You know, even in utter hysteria, she was Vienna's greatest performer. On the night of her death, she awoke at midnight, confused. She couldn't remember a thing. She asked the maid for a cup of hot milk and honey, and wondered why her throat hurt so much, why there were wounds on her hands. The maid, Maggie, obliged, and rushed to the kitchen to retrieve it for her. In that short time, Evangeline ran across the hallway, down the stairs, through the lawns, and into the garden. She didn't stop to look at the clematis. Wait, is it clematis? Oh, how do you say the word?
I'm not sure either.
Clematis it is. She didn't stop to look at the clematis, nor did she notice the scent of jasmine in the air. She simply leapt into the pond, crawled over to the pale shell-decorated fountain, and curled up like an infant in the water.
She reaches out a hand. She reaches out and touches the slightly ajar metal door before her. This door doesn't belong to Mr. Carl. You can tell because it's blood-stained, and there's a shining dagger hanging on it.
All the women in our family have met the same end, and Evangeline was no exception. The Golden Rapids have shown me far too many stories of how my ancestors' lives tragically ended. I have no interest in retelling them.
She pushes the door shut.
The next morning, when Evangeline's body was discovered in the pond, my little sister fell to the ground, twitching and howling like a drowned cat. On that day, the hysteria that had once haunted my mother well and truly manifested itself in my sister.
Trista smiles and strokes the face that she shares with her sister.
Do you remember what I said? That my little sister isn't a real actress?
No.
Well, that's not true. Or rather, not entirely true. She is, in a way, the most superb actress and liar I've ever seen. It's just a pity that she did it so well. No one could recognize her talent.
Trista steps back, melting into the shadow, just as she had appeared from it.
Did you see that door?
There's another door. You should take a look. Go find it. It's right by you. Go on, look for it. I assure you, it's there.
Part 7. Ordinary Door. After a brief search, you find the door. A door of distress. There are white candles burning beside it. You hear the whimpering sobs of someone's friends and family. A door of warmth. There are birds perched on it. They are chirping cheerfully. You push the door open. Ring Road. The Dittarsdorf house seems quieter than usual. Those who pass by do so hurriedly, lest some of its misfortune rub off on them.
Isolde.
I'm so sorry. If you ever need someone or anything, I'm right here for you. Call me anytime. The company and support of friends are most important, especially during this time. And if you feel uncomfortable at home, you are more than welcome to stay in my clinic.
She turns back to Isolde, who is standing by the gate. She is as elegant and upright as always, her body slender, her face pale, her eyes black.
Thank you for your concern.
Thank you, Miss Kakania.
It's all right.
I'll be fine. You needn't worry about me.
After a brief silence, she casts her eyes down.
Yeah.
The Dittarsdorf family needs me as a hostess more than ever. My reputation is worthless at the moment. Given the circumstances of his death, Theophil's body isn't suitable to be displayed at a wake. So, Mr. Carl suggested we bury him sooner, so he may rest in peace, rather than painfully linger in this world. The maids are packing his things. A third of his paintings will be buried with him. As for the financial disputes between himself and his models, they remain to be solved. And I...
She hesitates, looking at the decorated iron gate of the Dittarsdorf house. Its recent neglect has allowed dirt to grow in its crevices.
I'm the last living Dittarsdorf, Miss Kakania. It falls to me to shoulder our burdens. I can't live like this. I can't let my wandering womb control me anymore. The fainting, the convulsions, those visceral disturbances. I will not allow myself to become some horrifying lunatic.
Isolde.
I've decided to accept Dr. Schwarz's treatment.
Isolde raised her head and gives Akanyo a smile.
Times are different now. New treatments are emerging day by day. I'm sure he'll find a way to help me.
Yes.
Akanyo remains silent. Finally, she lets out a sigh.
I really don't think Schwarz is the best doctor for you. You're Dittarsdorf, for goodness sake. Not some commoner. He's only trying to use your status to gain profit and attention. That's why he insisted the treatment process to be open to the public. But, as your friend, I respect your decision. And I completely understand why you choose to accept the treatment. Just know that you have the right to stop him at any time. Please, Isolde, as soon as you feel any discomfort, any pain, promise me you'll tell him to stop. Can I do that? Give me a second, my cat is misbehaving severely in the background.
Yeah. While Shelly is wrangling Frankie, just a reminder that yes, Akanya is referring to the beginning of the main story. You know, Isolde strapped to a chair in her full dress, with electrodes going off on her head, as you do.
I'm back.
I don't remember if Isolde actually said anything like saying that she was in pain. I just remember Akanya stopping it.
She did say it hurts and stuff, and she was like screaming.
Yeah, and he didn't stop until Akanya said something. Okay, so she did take Akanya's advice and did follow through on her promise. Then that's good.
Right, let's continue. Every living person has the right to express their discomfort.
No, I think.
But it's possible that, under the circumstances, you will be unable to stop him.
Akanya rubs her chin, immersed in thoughts. Then her eyes light up.
Don't worry.
Of course! The presentation is open to all, so I can be there too. I'll sit in the audience and keep a close eye on you. If things get out of control, I'll stop him.
Akanya's face looks considerably brighter with this idea. Her voice is as clear and colorful as a parrot's. Isolde listens quietly, chuckling from time to time at Akanya's chattering.
Certainly. There's no need to worry.
Thank you, Miss Kakania. You're a great friend.
Friend. Gay. Excuse me. I'm normal. How about these two? Isolde looks at her, her eyes twinkling. A pink blush rises on her pale cheeks. I just said I would be calm about this, and then they gave me this line. Come on, come on. She steps closer to Kanya and fixes her collar, as she has done countless times before.
By the way, when you were in the house just now, did you notice a door? A door?
Puzzled, her eyes dart from Isolde to the gate and back.
What kind of door? Just an ordinary door. There's nothing special about it. Huh?
She blinks in confusion.
You mean...
I don't get it, Isolde. There are many doors brought you home. Which one are you referring to? Nothing. Forget it. It's not important.
Having dealt with the collar, Isolde pulls back her hands and steps back behind the gate.
It's getting late. You should head home. Oh my. Is that the time? You're right. I should go. I have a a visitor, who requires the help of my witchcraft. Thanks for reminding me. Then I shall take my leave.
Lowering her hat, Picania leaves with her suitcase in hand. She quickly blends into the crowd. The maid steps forward and starts to close the huge metal gate.
Miss Kakanya, wait.
Isolde's voice sings out above the squeaking of the gate. She notices the green feathers in Picania's hat flick in the crowd.
Yes? You called me?
Yeah.
Dr. Schwarz's therapy doesn't work. Could you please treat me?
Of course. Agreed.
Of course! You're always welcome.
Now the feathers jiggle cheerfully. Picania swims against the current, returning to the gate.
Isolde.
You're my greatest friend in all Vienna. I'd be more than happy to help.
I love this artwork so much. But also it's bittersweet.
I love Kakanya so much.
It is used in the main story for a slightly different context, but also gay.
Yay.
Perfect timing. And that's about to run.
Nice. Have we used up all the snooze?
I did, yeah.
No more snoozing.
There's only 3 of those, so I can only hold it off for so long, you know?
Yeah.
Catching up on chat here. My fellow fractals over here just gushing about the gay. As you should.
Mhm.
Mhm.
And my pronunciation, my very German pronunciation of adore.
As was the sign of the time. I did see discourse about like what Isolde meant by a door in her house. So she was actually speaking metaphorically, supposedly, where to her, whenever a spirit possesses her body, it's like they're passing through the door into her body as a vessel. And in Isolde's way, she was telling Kakanya that she was hoping Kakanya would open her door. Allow the real Isolde to come through and be with Kakanya. Ah.
Interesting, because like the way when I played it, I think what it was in my head,
Mhm.
but maybe I'm just misremembering. But because of because Trista constantly shows different doors, and it's like, okay, yeah, this door in terms of like its height is for this person, etc.
Right. The implication in my mind is that that ordinary normal door with no
Mhm.
decorations is supposed to be Isolde's true self. Whereas she's always like projecting other people, other spirits, or others' expectations of her rather than what she wants to actually be um,
Mhm.
in the world, right? Like Carl's expectations of her or her mother, Trista, the playwright even. All different versions of what should be Isolde, but um, aren't really her.
Yeah.
So the ordinary door, in my mind, in that discourse that I read, is Isolde trying to like bare her soul, so to speak, to Kakanya,
Mhm.
who she trusts more than anyone else in the world, because they're best friends.
Yeah, they're just best
Right,
friends,
right.
just two normal besties,
Close enough to hold hands outside and kiss and go on dates.
The amount of time it took Isolde to fix Kakanya's collar, like you
Mhm.
have to be so close constantly. Like, that is
That is like
Hey!
forehead touching closeness, you know?
Mhm.
Between friends.
That's like Kakanya could have probably, kissed her forehead for, fixing the color.
All things that can and should be done.
Yeah, between besties.
Between besties,
Clueless.
right. Besties. Alright. Shall we wrap this up?
Yeah, it's time for a golden key.
Yeah, the ones that that her mother kept jamming into rabbits' necks.
Well, maybe the mom was seeing a door.
Part 8. A golden key.
Yeah.
I have a small room. It has a simple door. The room is cramped. It's a truly tiny little room. But besides that simple door, there are many, many other doors in this room. Big ones, small ones, hard ones, soft ones, mushy and wet ones, warm and furry ones. They are in front of me. They are behind me. There are so many of them, and more keep coming. They squeeze me. Do you know how that feels? To be squeezed by many, many doors.
Isolde turns her eyes to you.
I suppose no one in the world has felt what it's like. No one would ever place so many doors in one room. Door after door lies on me, compressing me until my skin, my flesh, and bones squeak under the pressure. I'm enveloped by endless pain, as if my flesh is being torn from my skeleton. When I was a little girl, I read a story about a princess who tried to sleep on 100 layers of mattresses, yet was still kept awake by a single pea beneath them. My father called her the true embodiment of a princess, a good maiden with noble virtue and the most delicate skin in the world. He said that I should be such a lady, both sensitive and polite. But am I that princess? Or that bothersome little pea under 100 mattresses?
Baby, my child, my darling.
That's also Isolde, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Mother hugged me, as she always did when overtaken with despair. Theophil had grown up and Trista was long gone, so I was her only choice. The day prior, her hysteria had burst out at a banquet, making her shame all the more potent. That's why she came to my room and held me close.
Listen, child.
You must always remember Mama's words. Don't you ever forget. You have to be careful. Don't allow others to see your vulnerability. Don't cry. Don't scream. Don't lose control. Don't make a fool of yourself. Your true self is filthy. Reveal it, and it will hurt you, even kill you.
Her hands squeezed my arms, quivering. I couldn't help but quiver with her.
It will only make you suffer, keep you from your dreams, and plunge you into nightmares.
Oh, this is terrifying.
It's a most frightful, terrible beast, and it will tear you apart, just as it tore me, and your grandmother, and your great-grandmother. You must conceal it, Isolde. Not one girl in our cursed family has been able to survive in this world without doing so. You must follow the rules of society.
I didn't fully comprehend what she meant back then. Curses, rules, concealment. It was all too complicated for a 4-year-old child. So I asked her what it meant, what I should do. There was a long silence before Mother spoke. So long that I almost fell asleep in her arms. In my semi-dreamlike state, I heard my mother's voice. It was soft and distant, as if floating down from a cloud.
That's right.
You must learn to play a role in life, my little Isolde.
She brushed my hair with her fingers, her face twisted in agony. She had been dancing in this pair of hot iron shoes for over 20 years. And in this moment, she presented them to me.
Of course.
You must learn to know what people expect from you. Then, do everything you can to meet those expectations.
Keep in mind.
You will have to work harder than anyone else to satisfy the people around you, as to make their tolerance of you worthwhile. Smile despite your suffering and breakdowns, and walk steadily, even if your feet are crippled, even if the road ahead seems fine to others, but in ruins to you.
She cupped my face in her hands, kissing my forehead and cheeks. Her tears fell on my face like rain. She was in so much pain for me and for herself. It was terrifying to wear that pair of burning iron shoes like that. But it was the only way our ancestors survived. It was the only way we would survive. And that was the first time I saw a door. It was small and blue, just the right size for a child like me to pass through. It squeezed into my room, like a cat squeezes through a crack in the door. Eventually, I fell asleep in my mother's arms. It was not the door to the small room.
Mind your posture, child.
100 times. That's right. Scoop of the soup 100 times.
It was then that I saw the second door.
You've done well, my child. See? Your hands have stopped shaking.
Mr. Carr stood by that door. His figure was formidable. I kept my distance. I didn't like Mr. Carr. I respected him, but I feared him. He seemed so tall to me, grander than a palace, more oppressive than a mountain. He haunted my every nightmare.
Sorry, one moment. Need to fix something. Okay. Continuing on.
In those nightmares, he was an entrance to a wide, luxurious ballroom. It was filled with faceless people, all staring at me silently. Sometimes I was disheveled, barefoot or naked, but I was always scrambling to cover myself up, to hide my shame. It's the door to the Dittarsdorf house, and I am the last remaining Dittarsdorf. It is mine alone. Of course, it's in the room. It isn't the door to the small room either.
Literature, art, poetry, stage design, models, romance.
I've never paid much attention to their conversations, but these words summarize the majority of their topics.
You mean...
Oh. What do you think, Heinrich?
Theophil is an enthusiastic and perhaps kind-hearted person. He understood himself to be a nobleman and a brother. I cannot deny that he fulfilled his obligations, nor can I deny his foolishness. He spent his days indulging in his pleasures with blissful decadence. He brought me gifts, like Maya's hound brought her its prey. And his eyes glittered just like the hound's did. I would thank him and take his gifts, which greatly inspired him to go on the hunt once more. As I'm sure you can tell, he was easily pleased. We had a simple relationship.
Hey, why don't we start an organization together? I just thought of an excellent name.
Is Heinrich a friend of mine or my brother? How did we even come to be friends? Our parents were close. He and Theophil grew up together. We'd spent long holidays on each other's estate since we were children. How time had flown. That little chatterbox become taller than I. His fervor for conversation, although sometimes grating, was not without benefit, however. He introduced me to many new faces.
Of course. Agreed.
That's a superb name. I'd love to join. It was he who introduced me to her, my new friend.
My Salome, my muse.
What can I say about her? My mother's therapist, the gardener, and Maggie the maid were all her and her father's molds. Who picked up the trash bags of old handkerchiefs, worn pajamas, and dirty bedsheets that were left outside the gate? Who ate the dead rabbit that signaled my birth? Does the answer really matter? They were quiet, sincere even. They made no demands, no requests. Like a pebble lying at the bottom of a river or in the gaps of a railroad, they lived in their own world. They couldn't even stir up a wave, let alone become the straw that broke the camel's back. They impacted no one. But still, when Mr. Carl's ballroom pressed upon me, so too did she slip into my shoe. A small stone, perpetual annoyance compounding my great pain.
My muse.
It's just as father said. Be generous, might.
Oh, right.
Yeah, I'll do
I
this
thought
one.
I was quoting him. No, you can. Yeah, go ahead.
Be generous, my daughter. It is an honor that they love you so much. Be lenient. Let them be.
Slumber, slumber, oh my darling baby.
This is how her story should end. Don't you think?
My darling baby. Trista, Isolde. I keep hearing things. My heart is broken. My joints are screaming. No, not my joints. My spleen. It feels as though it's ruptured, and there are a million voices shouting in my head. What should I do? What should I do? You need to help me. No. Who can help me?
He was in so much distress, so much pain. My mother, my Evangeline. She could no longer hold her baby. She could no longer live in the illusion of a forever young Apfelstrudel and Blume. She was like an overfilled glass of wine that finally spilled over, staining the clothes of everyone at the table.
This is salvation, my dear, dear. This world is filthy. This pleasing is torturous.
When she dreamed about Trista, when she saw that sweet smile again, when she relived her death. Mother found the exit of her life. The door to freedom opened before her, and she was far too kind to leave behind her husband and mates. Evangeline followed Trista. Theophil followed Evangeline. One in water, one in fire. They ended their lives. Not only had the curse taken Evangeline, but also the 2 remaining men of the Dittarsdorf family. The curse that had once plagued my mother's family had truly taken over all the Dittarsdorfs. People started looking at me with pitiful and prying eyes. Of course, they would gaze at a tragic but wealthy and well-read girl like that. Especially those who had sons of marriageable age.
Isolde, my child.
Oh, my poor Isolde. Why is this happening to you? First your father, then your mother, and now Theophil.
Mr. Carl wiped his tears with a white hanky. His face ruddy and full, like a peach. The sincerity of his response made him almost charming. Was he always this way? Where was that stern, harsh gentleman from my memory? I thanked him, I consoled him, and I shook his hand. This was the Karl my father saw, wasn't it? I was an adult then. He was treating me as such.
Isolde.
Are you all right? Luckily, there were some more welcome visitors. A different kind of friend. A friend who stood by my side, a sincere, worried expression on her face.
Yes.
Call me any time, no matter how late it is. Don't hesitate, all right? By the way, when you were in the house just now, did you notice a door?
You mean...
A door? What kind of door?
It's a door. One of the most common types. No one would notice it when placed in such a big and magnificent mansion.
It appeared on the evening of my 13th birthday. I vomited on my bed that night. I couldn't digest all that cake and roast chicken. My stomach hurt. Those wandering spirits bent over me, making funny faces and silently clapping as I heaved up my dinner. The guests downstairs were waiting for me. I had to get myself together to go back and thank everyone for celebrating my birthday with me. But I was too tired. I hadn't had a good night's sleep in months. And that was when I came up with the idea.
Yeah.
I invited the spirits to fall upon me, whether they were willing or not. I utilized the spirits' proficiencies to do what I couldn't do alone. They helped me flatter my guests, behave well, sing and dance, read and write literature. They aided me in everything. And I was able to rest. I was finally able to rest.
Theophil's funeral is over. More than half of the servants have been let go. Miss Dittersdorf says she needs some time alone and refused to receive any visitors. Isolde crosses the living room, walking straight to the sideboard.
Maggie isn't home, so there's no one to take care of Blume, Apfelstrudel, and the nightingale and swan.
She opens the drawer and takes out a metal box of arsenic powder. It has been the most deadly poison since the time of ancient Rome until today.
They are my responsibility now. Hier, Apfelstrudel, Blume. Come have some.
She carries the box over to the tea table by the window and places the box on it.
Be graceful, be self-restrained, and be kind to others.
She cuts a teapot and watches the tea flow into the cup.
Be compassionate, especially towards the less privileged.
It's all right.
There's nothing to be afraid of. You have the right to leave this ruined world. We must be an example for our people. Oh dear, you are twitching. It's all right. I'll hold you. We must.
Isolde drops her eyes. The arsenic powder dissolves in the hot tea as if it had never existed. She raises a teacup and slightly lowers her head.
We must be virtuous and dignified, as befits our status, Theophil.
In the teacup, her charred brother gazes at her sorrowfully.
Ah,
How careless I am. I almost forgot the date today.
She raises her head and throws the teacup over her shoulder, splashing her brother's face on the floor. She picks up her coat from the hanger and walks towards the porch, muttering to herself.
yeah.
My new doctor. My Kakania. Dr. Kakania.
Clinic doorway.
Oh, it appears I've arrived a little early.
Is it good etiquette for a lady to... It is good etiquette for a lady to arrive early to an appointment.
It's all right.
That's all right. I can wait. I have patience. Miss Kakania. Oh, I suppose I should call her Dr. Kakania from now on.
She looks up at the closed door.
There's no sign indicating that this is the consultation room. All right, she doesn't have a medical license.
Ah,
So she's painted the door this color so that the patients can tell where she is. How very clever.
As she waits, Isolde murmurs softly to herself.
There are so many doors in this world. Is Dr. Kakania a door too? What kind of door would she be, I wonder? Would it be green or shining like silk? Perhaps.
She is interrupted by a familiar voice.
Isolde!
Isolde?
Oops, sorry.
I'm late.
Kakanya trots over to her, her lively green skirt swaying with each step.
I was delayed. You know what I'm like. I swear I'd planned to return earlier to ensure this didn't happen. This is our first consultation after all. Oh, I so wanted to have a good start to our doctor-patient relationship. I'm really very sorry. Have you been waiting long?
Yes.
Are you tired? Oh, I shouldn't have kept you waiting under the sun.
As Kanya continues her apologies, she pulls a golden key with a green ribbon from her waist. A golden key to the golden lock on the door. She inserts it, turns it. The door opens.
Don't worry.
All right, come on in. I'll fetch you a cup of tea.
Akanya enters a side room. Isolde can see her cheerful green dress. Isolde can see her cheerful green dress reflected in the corner of the mirror as she busies herself with the tea.
I'm looking forward to it.
There she is, reflected in the Winkler's mirror, the daughter of a mirror seller, Clara, Dr. Kakanya. She's not a door. Oh, it's you.
She's not a door. I was wrong. Very wrong. She is a key. The key that will finally unlock my door.
The end.
Gay!
Gay! Woo! And that is his old side story, The Small Room.
We did it!
Woo! That was great. Thanks so much for joining me, Shelly. Great job. The German
I'm
accent and
exhausted.
everything. The German of it all. The gay of it all. What a gay old time.
Yes.
I gotta say though, the terrible life that Isolde kind of had to like push herself through. Just keep smiling, just keep dancing, keep performing for the
Yeah.
crowd. And then the reveal that, well, it's not just on stage that she lets the spirits possess her to perform. It's all the time. Like all the time she's letting spirits possess her to take over.
Yeah.
Oh, you
I
guys got
wonder
my
how many
ads.
times. I wonder how many times Twister ended up acting for her.
Mm-hmm. I mean,
Quite
it
a
feels like a
lot.
lot.
Yeah.
If you look at the dialogue of Trista when Isolde was having her first breakdown over the painting, and she kept trying to tell Trista,
Yeah.
Trista, go back, or sister, go back. It's not your time anymore, or like
Mhm.
whatever she said there. Paraphrasing. Trista would basically live Isolde's life whenever she felt like it was a fun time, I guess.
Yep.
And of course, all the other spirits that she let possess her so she could borrow their skills, so she could be nice to the party people and the noblemen and noblewomen, you know? Oof.
I always wonder, like, I feel like this whole, like, their mental health issues in the family. Like, imagine for a second that they weren't put under so much pressure
Right.
from a young age. I feel like if that wouldn't happen, like, they might still have some mental health issues, but they would never get this far, I think.
Right. It's exacerbated because they're not getting the treatment they need. And also
Yeah.
they're being pushed to like appear in public so often. That they can't like get the time they need to really heal and recuperate and deal with the challenges
Mhm.
of both, mental illness as well as their arcanist abilities, which like literally drives them crazy because of all the things they see.
Yeah.
There's also the thing though that Kakanya is the person she trusts the most, and is the only reason she didn't die right there, right then and there when she. I suppose, in Isolde's mind, she sees what she's doing as a mercy, the same way that
Mhm.
she allegedly took out Teofil. It's a bit unclear if she was hallucinating, shooting her brother in the face, or if he just burned to death, or what was the series of events. Because
Mhm. I mean,
Teofil,
she did see mercy in
yeah,
letting
which is
go
right.
of the rabbits at the end. You know.
It was all like, yeah, good point. Time to hydrate. It was all in her mind the most merciful thing she could do because Teofil had given up. He learned about
Mhm.
the Manos and the fact that their world is either not real or is ending. Both horribly terrible things. To like go through, and his mercy was burning him in a studio down with Isolde in it. The only thing was that Isolde either shot him in the face and left before she could burn, or she just left. Right? She didn't. She only hallucinated shooting him in the face. It's unclear, like, if it really happened because it is like her hallucinations that she suffers through all the time. Anyway,
Yeah.
so in that moment with the rabbits and the nightingale and the swan, I feel like it's an extension of what she did to her brother, or what she thinks she did to her brother, of letting them die now painlessly, except arsenic's not painless. In
Yeah,
her
I was
mind,
gonna say,
painless.
oh, you poor thing, you're twitching. Let me hold you. It'll be fine.
Yeah, hush now. Like, I'm not someone who shies away from the mercy of allowing creatures and people who are in pain, no longer suffer. But in this case,
Yeah.
I don't think they had like terrible like terrible things ahead of them aside from the storm and
Yeah.
the abuse that maybe Isolde in a less sound state of mind might subject them to. Um, if she were to like have an episode with only half the servants around to actually help her, considering what her mother did to some of the birds with her bare hands.
Mhm.
So in her way, it is like a mercy from herself. I feel like it's just a sad situation. It gets this far, and then Reverse has a big thing about writing these like extremely gray characters where you feel for them. You might not necessarily agree with what they do, but you understand
Yeah.
like where they're coming from.
I mean, to be fair, like, even in real life, in most cases, if you're like truly, if there's a person who murders someone else while, you know, the person is not mentally well and,
Mhm.
doesn't really have control over what they're doing in that way, then there is the case where they have to see a psychiatrist and everything afterwards. Like,
Right.
they don't necessarily get put into prison, but they, if there is proof that they truly, went mentally insane
Mhm.
to that point.
It's the guilt by reason of insanity, right?
Yeah.
And prison is a supposed to be a rehabilitation method for the sane.
And that doesn't work for someone who's, who needs professional help to with their mental health issues, and then usually they end up in a closed psychiatry.
Right. An asylum or a psych ward, right?
Yeah.
Which we have more of these days, but it is
At the
like
time,
progressing science. At the time,
at the time it was
it's not so
it's
much a
just
good thing.
hysteria. It's
It's
hysteria
just there.
or
It's your
whatever.
womb. Your womb is like making
Yeah.
you crazy. Wow.
Honestly,
Jeez.
the pain that some women have during
Yeah.
their
Yeah.
periods, it
Yeah.
makes me want to go crazy.
I wish. No, not really.
Yeah, no, not the pain. Uh-uh.
Like we have regressed from there. It's just a matter of like continuing to give attention and care for these kind of things, for
Yeah.
mental health treatments and for being empathetic to other people, to understand what they're going through, even if again it is hard to forgive or accept, right?
Mhm.
So catching up with chat here before we wrap up. Snow said, or Snow started quoting Lord of the Rings. No, Samwise. How long ago I've forgotten the taste of strawberries. I do not recall the sound of water running or the feeling of wind against my skin. That was, I think, Frodo saying that. I haven't really watched the movies or read the books, so I'm just like going off the
Felt
name
that.
here. And it's not giving applause. Thank you, thank you. Twitch bullying Teresa because Twitch caught Teresa in the ads. Yeah, well, remember, all ad revenue goes towards the music video project, so I appreciate everyone watching the ads when they pop up. Um, you know, as one does, Teresa said about any number of horrible things that happen in the story. Arn says, both of you are good in voice acting. I felt the moments in your voices. Thank you. Appreciate the compliment. Whew.
My voice acting was sponsored by tea.
Mm-hmm. Tea.
Because otherwise my throat would not be able to handle this.
Yeah, 4.5 hours of voice acting, you would need constant beverages to push you through it.
I was drinking tea, I think. How many cups? 4? 4 cups of tea, I think.
Yeah.
And I had like a bottle of water here as well in case the tea ran out, because I made my tea during breaks. But
I mean, I'm on my second 800 milliliter tumbler of water, so I hear ya.
Yeah, I've been like even between my own lines, I was like sip.
Sipping. Yep. Constant
my
hydration.
tea.
Speaking of hydrate was routine, I'm gonna go and do that now. So, hang on. So, thank you everyone so much for joining us for this portion of the stream. For Twitch, and for the live version of YouTube, we're gonna continue on in 30 minutes with Sentinel side story. I'll be joined by Teresa, Shiny, Lynn, as well as Riku. Perhaps Kisa as well, if Kisa's not busy right now. We'll see. We're wrapping this up though for the YouTube VOD. Hey YouTube, in the future. Hello. This was a fun little trip back down memory lane as I got to re-experience these stories again. And I have to admit, Isolde's and Marcus's side stories are my favorite among the side stories because they talk about these topics so carefully and respectfully in a way that can drag a little bit long, but has a good message and has like a interesting take on loneliness, on mental illness, and everything. So I look forward to, at some point, also doing Marcus's side story down the line.
I'm gonna be so mad if I'm not in Marcus's side story thing as well.
You'll be invited, of course. So thank you everyone for watching. Thank you so much, Shelly, for voice acting with me.
Thank you for
Um,
inviting me.
I completely forgot that this is something that we would do at the end for the past couple of side quest anecdotes. But credits: Shelley played Isolde, Trista, Gakanya, the maids, as well as Hannah, uh, the waitress. And the narrator admirers Evangeline, the nobles, Mr. Dittarsdorf, the father, Carl, Theophil, the playwright, and the troop leader were all played by myself. The Cavalry is a voice acting group that gets together and voice acts these side source anecdotes, and we'll see you for the next one. Now, again, this is only for YouTube bud. As I send you off, keep in mind, remember that DCAT NVIDIA is a Creative Commons Attribution, Non-Commercial Share Alike 4.0 International License. Off you get.
You can ring my bell. Ring my bell.